How's it going, you guys? What's new with you?
I'm mildly hungover from the hockey game last night, but we're doing good otherwise.
Yeah?
Again with the hockey with this
Of
guy.
course, yeah, man.
Jeez.
Again with the hockey.
Again
Again
with
with
the
the
hockey with
hockey.
the hockey this guy, man. Yeesh.
If you love hockey so much, why don't you marry it?
I mean, I worked for the Oilers for 8 years, so I
You
almost
work for
did.
the Oilers?
I used to, yeah, yeah. Have you ever been to an event at Rogers Place before?
No, I
No,
know a
because
lot of
I
people
can't
have.
afford
Yeah.
it.
True, true.
It's super
But no,
pricey.
yeah. But if you ever at a hockey game, I was the guy going up and down the stand screaming cold beer, which is
Oh, I
really fun.
remember you. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. I mean,
I I seriously thought you saw him there, but yeah, it's super fancy there, and like despite how it looks really modern and like nice, like there's homeless around there, kind of like trying to.
oh no, the Hope Mi- or yeah, the Hope Mission is right across the street on the north end.
And it's like right at the north skirts of like Chinatown. So it's like a interesting collage or I don't know how to explain.
It's kind of a weird juxtaposition when you're standing in a certain place where like half of your view is this giant ass hockey arena and the other half is like the less fortunate.
Yeah. Like this display of wealth and it's just this mega structure. Like it's
And
a
it just like
landmark in itself.
towers over the poor. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
insulting
It
side
Yeah.
of
really is
things.
insulting.
Weren't they gonna build more like homeless shelters instead they built the arena? Or what they
I
were gonna
think
do
the
some
plan initially was to like move all the homeless shelters, but that's just like moving the problem somewhere else, if you want to call it that,
yeah.
and then it doesn't really solve anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd like to see a poll done where people get to choose between building some homeless shelters or the hockey arena, and I want to see, like, truthfully
Oh
what the answers would be, and I feel like it would be very sad.
yeah,
It
I'd
would
be
be.
disappointed. Yeah, dude, that place. It's like we're doing like a bit of a social commentary dialogue here, but no, today we're still talking about Pokemon again because we're supposed to cover the rest of our outline, but we just
Yeah,
got so into like, well, I mean, I was spamming the Pokemon images, so
Yeah.
that ended up taking it up an hour. Thought it'd take just 20 minutes, but yeah. So here's my first question for you guys. Do you remember what was your earliest memory with your first Pokemon game? Like, do you remember where you were, what grade you're in, maybe, or
Does it
like?
have to be the game or can it be the cards?
Oh, I guess for you, the cards came first. For me, it was a game.
For me, my first memory of it was my mom came home from like Value Village or like the thrift store, and she's brought a bag of Pokemon cards, and I was just like laid them
Oh,
all out on
wow.
the living room floor, and I was just like having fun with them.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
How about you there, Jesse?
I don't think it was. I'm trying to think like which one would have came first, but I think it was like early enough that like I think they kind of hit me both at the same time. But I remember like I guess I don't know. My earliest memory of the game is actually a bad one. I remember sitting
Oh,
in the rocking chair in the living room and releasing my Blastoise because I was like 5 and I didn't know that I
Oh
couldn't.
no.
I didn't know what the word withdraw meant, and I thought
oh
release meant
no.
to release it into my party, and then I released it, and I was like, oh.
Oh man,
Oh
that's
no.
dude. Did you ever get closure over that?
No, but I also started a new game on my cousin's file because I didn't know what continue meant, and I thought new game just meant like new person playing the game.
Oh,
I
I
did.
definitely forgot what save meant as a kid, and I just restarted like Pokemon Fire Red like multiple times.
Oh man. I remember I reset Ocarina of Time for some reason because I thought it would allow us to play two player or something along that line of thought. I don't know what I was thinking, but because I borrowed this copy of Ocarina of Time for the N64 from one of my family friends, and the guy was like, he was pretty bummed. He was like really pissed, but I was just like the younger kid, so he couldn't do anything about it. But man, it felt horrible.
One time I accidentally also started over in Pokemon Gold because what I was doing was I just wanted to play the beginning of the game for a bit and I didn't save, but what I didn't know is once you get past I think it's Joey or whatever that guy's name is, the youngster with the shorts. Once
Yeah.
you beat him in a fight, the game auto saves.
Oh, I
Oh
didn't know
really?
that.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I remember just beating him and then just playing for a little bit and then turning it off without saving. When I came back, it was like saved around that point.
Oh,
That's
So
super weird.
it
that's
was
convenient.
annoying because I lost my whole game for no fucking reason. Oh, I swear, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, like at least it didn't reset to like all the way back to where you to pick a Pokemon starter or whatever.
I mean, aren't you
Yeah,
like 20 minutes out from that? At
I
like when
think
you're
so.
fighting
Yeah.
youngster
Oh
Joey?
yeah.
Depends how fast you play. I mean, I just like roll through stuff sometimes. Like I'm crazy. I'm a psycho, man.
Dude, I was such a dumbass kid. It took me like years to get past Brock and Misty.
Oh, you started Charmander.
Right. Right. Sorry, Jesse. You mentioned that you started with the Pokemon card games, right?
Me? No, I don't
I
know.
mean,
That's a
Aaron.
good.
Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Aaron.
started with the Pokemon card games.
How am I
I
mixing the
was like
two?
super late into getting like any kind of video games. Like I think my first Game Boy was in grade 3, along with my like getting a GameCube at the same time. But like I had Pokemon cards from like when I was 5 or 6.
Yeah. Okay. And then, right. You wait. Which color Pokemon did you play, Jesse?
I think I was blue actually. Blue
Okay.
and then gold, and then ruby,
Yeah.
and then pearl,
Yeah, Pearl.
You
and then
played every
black,
single. You
and
played
then
every
black
single.
two, and then
What?
white, and then sun, and then
What do you mean
ultra
Black
sun.
Two?
Yeah, black and white two were black. Sorry, black and white were the only games other than I guess like well, if you I count gold and silver as a direct sequel to red and blue, but like black and white were like the first real sequels in the sense of they were they had the number two in their title.
Yeah.
It was like Black 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Whereas like
I
one thing
I don't
I
know.
actually learned recently was that Gold and Silver were meant to be the final Pokemon games. Like they just made them as the sequel, as almost like an epilogue to the original ones, and then they were planning to be done with it. But they got so popular that they were like, okay, I guess we have to keep going with this.
Yeah, I don't think anyone realized how big the franchise would become. Like it's the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
um it's like what the biggest
It's
entertainment
the biggest
franchise in the world.
franchise in the world. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bigger than Disney even, which is pretty crazy to think about, considering Disney owns like Marvel, Star Wars, etc.
Yeah. Like the closest we got to world peace was during the Pokemon Go phase. Everyone's like
Just
holding
thinking about
hands.
that the other day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was world peace until someone yells, "There's a Charizard on the other side of the legislative grounds," and everyone sprints over. There's no Charizard, and we
It's
all
like
hunt that guy down.
it's like children getting stamped on or something. Just mass chaos. I remember when I was legislature, I saw masses of people moving in sync together, like over the
Exactly, yeah.
hill. They're like enveloping it. It was just so surreal to see this organized movement.
Well,
Like,
I was in Greece while visiting my grandma the other day, and I remember like when Pokemon Go started, like Greece, because of all the war memorials, had like probably the most concentrated Pokestops in the
So
entire
many
city.
oh
stops.
With
Oh
no.
my god.
hundreds of people for weeks. I remember going out there with my girlfriend at the time, and like it was insane. I couldn't believe it, how many people were out there. I was seeing people I hadn't seen in years. It was crazy. It brought all these people
Yeah.
together. And I
It's
know
just
people who still play Pokemon Go. Like that same
yeah,
girlfriend,
yeah.
her brother still plays it, and he chats with me about it every once in a while. So,
It's like a life. Like I guess it's great because you're exercising in a way.
well, that's
I mean,
it.
that's a
Like he
point.
goes out, he drives out to places, and then he walks around and he catches Pokemon. Like it keeps him busy, keeps him out of trouble.
Do you remember hearing about people dying playing that game? Like they fall off cliffs or drown in the ocean.
Yeah, well, that's just natural selection.
We gotta catch this Squirtle or whatever the. What's even out there? Like the Lapis? I don't know.
Lapras?
Yeah, or Lapras. I don't know how to say it.
Lapras,
The freaking
Lapras. It's
turtle.
French.
Is it?
Lapras.
Great. Oh,
Is
No, it's
Lapras a
Lapras.
Lapras?
It's like a sea creature. It's like a sea monster. I guess it kind of does look like a turtle. I
did
never
Yeah.
you
really
guys ever
thought
see
about
this
that before.
picture of the ultimate Pokemon Go player?
No.
All right, I sent it in the chat.
Oh, yo, I know
Oh,
this
this
guy.
crazy guy.
That
Yeah,
guy is
Yo,
intense.
when I
that's
first
in.
saw this picture, he had half that amount.
I've never seen that before. How is that? That's insane.
He's Taiwan's Pokemon Go grandpa with 64 phones on his bike.
Yo,
He would
And
have
if
to
he
be
doesn't get hit by a
paying.
car from being distracted, no one
dude,
should.
I, I, I can see him from a mile away, and I'll recognize him. There's a Pokemon
Like
Go guy.
you think about it, because he'd have to probably be using data to do that, unless because I don't think there'd be Wi-Fi like anywhere like that commonly in the city.
I mean, when I visited
Yeah.
Japan, there's like Wi-Fi everywhere, and Taiwan is
Hmm.
just as modernized as,
But
or
you would
just as
have to
modern as
like
Japan.
But unless it auto connected, you'd have to keep
Oh yeah, true.
reconnecting as you move to each area, right? Which would
Yeah.
definitely hamper the game. So I have to assume he's paying for like I don't know how many phones he's got. Let's say there's like 40. It's probably more than 40
Maybe he
even.
just has unlimited data for like
How does he reach the top
$10.
row?
That's a good question, actually.
Is he like?
How would he play it?
And how many of them has he cracked?
Maybe
I
it's not
think.
so much he's trying to like catch them on every single one, but he's just trying to like hatch eggs on all 64.
Oh yeah, that's like the nursery row on the
Yeah,
top.
yeah. So like that's where you're just walking around to get enough steps to hatch.
I feel
Yeah,
like there's like
okay.
there has to be like a mental illness around this. Maybe he lost his wife or something, and he's just trying to get closure, or like
No, man,
just
the
Maybe he's
guy's just trying to stay
obsessed.
active at 65. Like,
I don't know, man. This is like kind of borderline obsessive. Just like something's going on here.
Yeah, I would say it's more of like an obsession thing than anything. Like to do that and pay as much money as I
Yeah,
assume he would have to pay to be doing that, you'd have to just be like you'd have to have some kind of like obsession, like a mental obsession, like OCD or something or whatever you want to call it.
yeah. Like the more I look at this, the more tragic it's becoming to me. Like I'm
An
just project.
addiction even.
Yeah, this is like now this. I thought this was funny and inspiring, but now it's like this took a turn. Way to go, Aaron.
aw,
Why'd you gotta do that, bruh? Okay, so
my
wait, what
bad.
was I gonna? I was anyway. I was trying to get to asking. Right. Okay. So do you remember your first Pokemon though? Do you remember your first catch? Because that was amazing for me.
You mean like my starter or the first Pokemon I ever caught?
All right. That's okay. Those two. That's two questions then. We'll do with your starter.
Okay, Squirrel was my starter, and as far as the first Pokemon I caught, it's hard to say. It was probably just like a Rattata or a Pidgey, just like whatever the first couple that pop up are in the game.
Yeah.
I always catch the bird Pokemon of every game because back when HMs mattered and they kind of don't now. I always made sure to have a bird Pokemon for the fly
Yeah.
when I need it. But
Oh,
now like
you're
HMs are gone. Like they haven't been in the game since
what?
Sun and Moon. Yeah, they don't do
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
You can
What
still
do you
like
mean they got rid of him?
You
you
don't
can
need
still
Bidoof to be on your team and just be an HM slave with 4 different HMs.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bidoof moment.
But that's what Bidoof.
Actually,
Like
fun
he
fact, this year on Canada Day, July 1st, the Pokemon Company made July 1st the Bidoof Day, and they just released like a bunch of Bidoof like promotional items and stuff.
Yo, that's awesome.
kind of
Yeah.
random but kind of cute. I like that.
There's like people going on dates in Bidoof outfits, and like it stays on when things get wild.
Okay, that's a
It's
little
like
weird. That just sounds
just
like furries, man. Those are
yeah.
just regular furries.
But technically that's normal in that day. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not for. It's like
It's
it's
not normal.
just it's how do I word this better? It's normalized. You know what? Never mind. I don't know.
Normalize. I guess I know what you
Uh,
mean. They're trying to normalize it. Whatever.
okay.
I understand.
Thank you.
This is just a screenshot of the tweet
All right, let's
about
look at
the
this.
official July 1st is officially Bidoof Day.
How? Yo, this guy's actually a beaver.
Yeah, man.
I prefer Bidoof Day over Canada
How do
Day
you?
because Bidoof didn't you know what? I'm
Bidoof.
not gonna go there.
You don't know how many war crimes.
Where are you going with this? I gotta
Bidoof
know.
hasn't committed genocide
Oh no. Oh man.
like like
That you
the
know of.
Canadian government.
Damn, dude.
Sorry, I was like, do I want to make this political? Do I want to make a Well,
Is
it's only
Canada United States?
controversial if you are fine with um completely ignoring that just to celebrate a holiday.
I'll let this slide this once. But
No,
you're
I'm the
on.
podcast's resident like leftist, so I have to bring in the politics. I can't let anyone have fun. I'm not
Oh
allowed. You're
man.
not allowed.
Okay, but oh right. So yeah, Aaron,
Yeah.
do you do you I sorry, we keep going off tangents here.
No,
Aaron, I'm sorry.
I feel like that's my goal for this episode, is just to get Jesse off topic as much as possible.
Aaron will make less controversial and inflammatory statements than I will.
Exactly. I'm just
Honestly,
gonna bring up Taiwan Dad,
it's all good, man.
Bidoof Day.
It's better this
But no,
way.
my first Pokemon was obviously a starter, so it was Bulbasaur. I was
Okay.
7 or 8, so I nicknamed it Seed, which was a terrible idea because it stayed that even though it evolved, and I wanted Venusaur to just be Venusaur. And I'm pretty sure my first catch was like Pidgey.
Yeah. Okay, well, I a seed. So like you're just going out there just spraying your seed in the world. Seeing
No,
this.
Bulbasaur has like a big seed.
He's a cabbage. He's a dinosaur cabbage.
True. I don't know. 7-year-old me was like, "Oh, that's like a budding like flower. It's a seed."
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wait, I'm trying to
7-year-old
like
logic was not good.
I wish I remember what I named my first Pokemon, but I had the yellow version, so it was Pikachu. But
Oh, you just straight up got Pikachu. Nice.
yeah, I don't think they let you pick otherwise.
No.
Yeah.
'Cause
What?
in that game, you get Pikachu as a starter, your rival gets Eevee, and then as you travel throughout Kanto, they just give you Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander.
Yeah.
I
I.
call it Pokemon Yellow the Ash edition because it plays out more like the anime. Because I think Jesse and James were also in Yellow.
Yeah, they were, and your Pikachu
Oh
could not
yeah.
evolve.
Well, see, when Let's Go Pokemon came out, I did not choose Let's Go Eevee simply because you couldn't evolve Eevee. And to be honest with you, normal Pokemon are useless to me.
Except Bidoof.
I.
No, I'm sorry, Bidoof is also useless to me.
What is this Bidoofery?
Alright, where's I need to find a very sad Bidoof image
Okay,
now.
but
Like, no offense to Bidoof, I just prefer. Um, actually, I prefer double type Pokemon because then you have, as far as the same type advantage attacks are concerned, you have more variety with what you can do.
It's fair.
But like normal type Pokemon, like no Pokemon are like weak to them, except for I guess if you want to fight ghosts. But then of course, like normal attacks don't work on ghosts either.
I remember there was no. Maybe there always was normal type, but I thought that just meant it's grass.
Nope, normal is normal,
Yeah.
What the heck? Like
Normal is vanilla.
pretty much.
vanilla. You know, at one point in society, vanilla was considered like a delicacy. Like it was like very flavorful. But for some reason, now we consider it like the default of the world of flavors. Pretty tragic. Vanilla's amazing.
I love vanilla.
It's
Yeah.
it's not that I don't like vanilla, but if I could choose like any other flavor, I probably would. Except for strawberry. I'm sorry, I don't like strawberry.
Yeah, where am I going with this? Like, what is the default? What is the most generic Pokemon in Pokemon? Is it Rattata? Is it
Yeah,
How are we, it's like the
no,
most
that's
generic
someone.
Pokemon is like
Pikachu, because he's
Pikachu,
the icon or whatever.
or if we're going for how often do you see it in a game, it's Zubat.
Oh, okay, it's Zubat for sure. It is definitely Zubat. It has to be. He's the most annoying Pokemon. No, actually, maybe it's like, what is that Pokemon that always shows up in the grass area? Super annoying. Oddish? No, Oddish is like.
You have
Nah.
to narrow it down there, Chief.
Yeah, there's a lot of grass Pokemon.
Okay, it has to be Caterpie. I don't know why. I thought that was like the most common
Okay, so hold up. You're
low
gonna shit
life.
on Caterpie, and then do we have to rewatch Bye Bye Butterfree to break your heart?
Oh wait, right, right. I remember that. Did his like Butterfree come back and save his life at one point?
No, maybe. I know his Butterfree came back for an episode with like its wife or like mate or whatever you want to call
It
it.
has no wife.
I'm
Is it?
indifferent on Butterfree, to be honest. I don't hate it, but I also wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
I
I
mostly just like don't use bug Pokemon anyways.
I never really got that far. I'd always like end up getting a bunch of bug Pokemon. Corona. What is this?
This is an excellent meme that is both Pokemon and coronavirus.
That is pretty funny. I like them saving that.
There's 6 of them. I don't get it.
Coronavirus bans all gatherings of more than 5 people. There's a group, Ash's team of 6. Bye bye Butterfree,
Oh, okay. Oh wow.
which
I'm
was the
slow.
name of the episode when Ash like yeeted his
Well, he just
Butterfree
released
away.
it because it wanted to like be free or whatever.
It wanted to be free, just like its name.
Isn't there like a bunch of Pokemon he puts away in his like PC that he just completely forgets about that he caught?
Yeah, they actually go back to like a farm at like Professor Oak's ranch or whatever. So there's like 28 Toros and a bunch of other stuff, and they're bringing in like the ranch, like Professor Oak's ranch in Legend of Arceus, I believe.
Okay. I'll just take your word for it. But
Perfect.
did you ever figure out how to play the card game, like the rules?
Yeah,
You,
actually,
what?
it's actually a lot simpler than it seems. I would recommend if you have a tablet or even just like waiting for the phone game to drop.
I've never
Ye-
met anyone who learned the game though.
I've played in the World Championships 4 times.
You play
Damn.
what?
Yes, that's
Dude,
something I was going to mention. Like, I had this whole segment ready where of like you asked me how am I doing? I'm like, oh yeah, it was awesome. I'm hungover from the hockey game. Oh, Jesse, by the way, thank you for asking me if I was a Pokemon master yesterday. Because there's a bunch of people sitting
I
behind me and my friends. They were
yeah.
talking about some stuff, and I'm like, yo, you guys should check out, or they mentioned something about the vaccine. Like, hey, my friend made a really funny vaccine card because you could just edit it really simply. He made a vaccine card for Arceus,
Okay.
and I showed it to them. It looks really funny. I'll find a picture for you guys. And then
Dang.
we're chit chatting, and I'm like, yo, dead ass, I'm a Pokemon master. And then I showed them the proof of like me playing at the World Championships.
Did you have to get on a plane? You have to
Yeah,
like. Oh
they
shit!
were in
Wow. Wow.
they
Okay.
were in San Diego, Nashville, Washington D.C., and I was supposed to go to London, but COVID.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, man.
We're like in the presence of like someone legendary. This is just that's so next level. I didn't realize you guys were like huge Pokemon fans. That's
I told
crazy,
you I
man.
could talk about this shit for like at least 24 to 36 hours straight without repeating
Probably
content.
same.
Yeah.
Probably same as the man who finished his Pokedex multiple times. So I
Okay.
was kind of miffed about how the new game didn't have all of the Pokemon back in it because
Yeah.
I
Who
kind of
Oh,
wasn't?
I kind of prefer to I like that's part of like my favorite thing about the game
was
is
completing
to
the national decks.
yeah. So I'm kind of like now what do I do? Like it's like it'll be easier to complete it, I guess, but now I'm just like
How much money did you sink in? What?
it
Damn.
doesn't
I mean,
cost money. It doesn't really cost money to do that. I mean, it's just it definitely was a lot easier in the later games. I guess I would starting with like Black and White. Excuse me. Black and White, where you could do like the global trade stuff over Wi-Fi, and then you could basically be like, "I'm looking for this," and then people would like send it over, right? So
yeah.
it was
Actually,
easy to just do
Wow.
that.
a really funny thing about the national decks. So when they were doing demos for Sword and Shield at like one of the major Pokemon events in 2019, my friend was actually on staff for that event. And if anyone asked them about the national decks, he was told, "I cannot answer that. Please find so and so to voice your complaint."
Weird.
What?
Yeah, like the
Damn.
like every single staff member was not allowed to say anything about the national decks, no matter their opinion on it. They're just like, "Yeah, we have to direct you to this one representative from like the Pokemon Company International."
Who's this guy?
Yeah,
Why is
man.
it
That's
so serious?
that's kind of
Is it,
sketchy.
or they take you to the back if you break the rules?
No, no,
Like
no. It's
if
just
you're
one guy who can actually give you an answer and not just like, "Yeah,
wow.
according to my contract, I cannot make a comment."
They had to sign a non-disclosure about,
Seriously.
about Pokemon. Oh man, that is so. I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe they're actually like beating the shit out of their employees who break the rules. You know, it sounds like they got a tight lip over
Uh,
it.
I know a
Like,
few people who work at the company, and they're like they still have all their fingers and toes, which is good.
yeah, maybe there's like,
But sounds like there's a but coming.
No, there's no but. They're all happily living in Seattle.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
so they're Mariners fans. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I mean that's where the
Is that
headquarters
their
is
hockey
for.
team?
No, that's their
No,
baseball.
their hockey team
Oh,
is the Krakens. Their
Yeah,
baseball team is the Mariners.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
but
You
yeah,
should be
fun fact: the
sorry.
Pokemon like North American headquarters is located in Seattle.
Dang. I was actually expecting you both to say you didn't know how to play the code card game. And I was supposed to transition to, do you remember getting ripped off as kids when you trade cards?
Yes.
But now the opportunity's gone. It just, that's it. So
Oh,
anyways, you guys remember getting ripped off as kids when you played the card games or traded with other kids?
Maybe by my cousin, but that was about it. But he also ripped me off with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I refuse to trade my Pokemon cards most of the time.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I got ripped off a lot, but then like when you're kids, you don't know what the value of cards are, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
accidentally ripped off a lot of people too.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, like it
That's
goes both ways, especially when you're like naive kids.
yeah. It was always the older kids who ripped me off.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and it got to a point where I was like 18, I think at the time. My cousin was like in grade 7 or 6. He's like, Aaron, we trade Pokemon cards at school. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you some really shitty like $2 or $3 cards. I'm gonna show you the ones I need like to actually play. If you can get those trades, I will give you money for them.
oh damn.
It worked out a few times.
Yeah.
And like kids don't care because it's like shiny card for shiny card.
I think I remember like this guy tried to trade his pot of greed for my shiny Pokemon card, and I almost did it. But like it was such a ripoff that like a crowd of kids gathered around me trying to tell me not to do it. Meanwhile, this one kid was like really trying to convince me. Like he started throwing in other crap cards trying to
Yeah,
get
but
me to
Pot of
trade it.
Greed is like one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah. Well, maybe it wasn't that bad of a deal.
No, it was a terrible deal. Just Pot of Greed is absolutely insane,
Yeah.
but like worthless.
I remember the black hole was like
Hole?
that was like the
Dark
dick
Hole, yeah,
move.
yeah,
Or dark hole, not black hole.
yeah.
Uh,
Close.
yeah. It like destroys your own monsters too, right?
It blows
Yeah,
up the
it's
whole board.
it's
Yeah.
a mutually assured destruction moment.
Is there like a Pokemon version of that? Like,
Maybe
Just
explode or
nukes
explosion
everything.
or self destruct.
In the card game, there's stuffs with like kind of similar effects, but not as extreme as like both boards just blow up.
yeah. Ah,
There's actually one card in that was released in like 2009 that its ability was just like you guys pretty much restart the game.
what?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you can only use this power once during a turn. It's like both players like shuffle all energies into their deck, which like pretty much resets the game back to turn one because like it takes a while to ramp up energies to attack.
Okay. Yeah, I never understood what like those potion cards did, or those like elemental ball cards.
Yeah,
I
so the
never.
elemental ball cards are called energies, and if you look on a
Okay.
card, like I'll link one right now, you need that many energies to use the attack. So like in the case of the Powdon I just posted, you need a fight, like a fist, or fighting, and then the star symbol is colorless, which means you can use
I-
any type. Like
Is that a hippo with bowling ball nose nostrils? Looks like
sure,
a. Okay.
I mean,
uh,
Hippowdon.
yeah,
I just gotta point it out. I just find it very funny. I like to stop and appreciate
but yeah, like
what's.
the sand reset is the closest thing you could probably get to Dark Hole in Pokemon.
Yeah. And that's the like the top right number. That's like its health points, right?
Exactly. So if you
Okay.
do
Yeah.
130 or more, it gets knocked out.
Damn.
And when you knock something out, you take one prize card. And once you've taken 6 prize cards, you win the game.
Yeah. Uh, Looking at cards, it just really brings back memories. Like I remember like crossing my legs, squatting, or something, just sitting at the sidewalk, putting my cards down to play Yu-Gi-Oh with the other kids at recess, and just
See, I
yeah,
don't play with the prize cards. We do organs. So when one of your Pokemon, so we play in like a surgical theater. And when
yeah.
you lose a Pokemon, the doctor removes one of your vital organs, and your heart is the last one they pull out. So you're basically just like
You're
opened
playing
up on
for
the
your
table
life,
there. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much.
playing to the death. Yeah.
So let me tell you, I have. Don't check my freezer. Don't check my deep freeze.
Do you still have both kidneys?
I have
There's two.
all. I
There's
have
two
many to
kidneys, right?
spare. I have many to spare, my friend,
You're like just the one survivor from that elementary school.
because I'm
Also,
amazing.
so since this is Pokemon's 25th anniversary, Pokemon's created like this really cool like
Oh
throwback
yeah,
to
I
that,
recognize
which
this.
is just a bunch of like iconic cards throughout the years with this little like Pikachu symbol on it. So like one of the cards is like base set Charizard.
Okay,
Oh,
which is a good thing because then maybe I can actually get one for like less than $600.
Exactly.
Because I don't care if it's the original. I just like that. I like the base set images. Like even if they're like reprints, that's fine with
Yeah.
me. I just like it because I do have a couple like reprints, and I can tell they're reprints because the some of the information on the
It,
bottom like is updated to other
yeah.
types and stuff. So
yeah.
stuff that wouldn't have existed yet. I can't really like specify off the top of my head what I mean by that, but like I'll see like fairy, like I'll see like a base set image, and it will mention like fairy as the
Wow.
weakness, and
Yeah.
obviously that's new, right? Like that
Yeah.
can't be old. Or like actually a better example is I have the base like an image of the base set Magnemite, but he's like a steel type or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
something like that.
But yeah, one
Uh,
thing that's really cool with like getting to go like to the Pokemon events like throughout the states is one of the
all right.
organizers, they bring in the artist of the Charizard, Mitsuhiro Arita, and he actually did like signings the entire day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is a wait? Is he the guy who made Pokemon?
No, it's the guy who drew the Charizard card I linked.
Okay, who's the guy that made Pokemon?
Um I have no clue what his name is, but my friend got his autograph at the World Championships in 2018.
Man, I remember my mom thought the guy who made Pokemon was like some satanic evil guy for some reason. And I just agreed with her. I was like, oh, okay. And I still enjoyed Pokemon.
Well, actually, for
Uh,
a long time, Pokemon was accused of being satanic until the Pope literally had to come out and say that it wasn't because it had. He basically defended it, saying that because it had like
Yo, he's a
themes of
Pokemon
friendship.
fan.
Well, he just said because it had themes of friendship, it couldn't be satanic or evil.
Yeah. I remember Star Wars was satanic. Just
Well, Star
yeah.
Wars is interesting because
Oh wow.
Star Wars is actually based off uh Taoism or whatever,
Neo.
like the yin yang.
And they made like a custom card for his 60th birthday.
Is he choking that or that cone Pokemon?
No, Rotom's floating on his hand.
Okay.
Rotom's like a ghost
Yeah.
Pokemon that can possess
Electronic.
appliances.
Yeah.
So you can get like various versions of him, like he's in a stove or he's in like a freezer or a lawnmower, and it changes his type.
I got you with another image.
Yeah,
Yo.
see if you can send like the whole Rotom collection
Oh yeah,
over. Yeah, there you go.
got
Sweet.
you.
What do you call him?
Rotom.
Rotom,
That means my car can be powered by him?
Yeah.
I
if
can
he
drive
possesses
a
it, yeah.
It's a
can drive.
fan, a fridge, a microwave, a lawnmower, a washing machine,
And he's the
and a Pokedex.
Pokedex.
This is the greatest Pokemon ever. Yo,
Yeah.
this you can be
You
your
find
Yes.
him in
cell
a
phone.
TV in Diamond and Pearl.
Yo, this could be your elevator. He could run your elevator. Third floor, please.
Took me a bit to collect
Yeah.
all of them hard-wise. Like I ended up just caving and just ordering the singles. I did the same with
Yeah.
Pass Form actually too.
Damn, I just missed out on so much cool stuff. Like Pokemon just developed so much.
They've definitely gone wacky in
I
a
don't
Oh
good
know
yeah.
what. Yeah, but it's fun. It's like, oh whoa, this guy's got humongous.
That's Lawnmower Rotom. Giving a big bite.
What
yum yum yum
Why does he have teeth? He should have like the rotors underneath his belly.
because
For
he
the.
wants to. He wants to.
You're right. I'm sorry. I
It's the
shouldn't question
Pokemon
it.
universe. It does not have to be politically correct.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
It.
Liberal cuck.
Okay. What was I gonna ask? What was?
Sorry. The surest way to
Do,
make
do
me
you
ignore
do
the
you think there's
surest
like
way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Do you think there's like racism in Pokemon? They just like hide behind the scenes, like in the closet. There's like this terrible discrimination within their society. that they that they just
Um,
like I don't know. Maybe there's like these hybrid humans made from interbreeding with Pokemon, and they always shoo them off screen. They just like
we're
hiss
not
at
get
you.
back to that topic again. That was the last week topic.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm taking this dark route, but all right. What
I
are you
don't know.
saying there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I guess we did talk about we reluctantly talked about Vaporeon briefly.
I found another meme about that.
There's more?
Not the
I
copy pasta, but like a meme about the Vaporeon.
okay. Dish.
Hold up. I will find it.
what is this?
Samuel posted the copy pasta, and if we have a text to speech thing, I will add it to there, but I will not read that pasta out.
I'll just you know what? I'll take one for the
Oh,
team.
oh,
Post that shit and I will read it out.
Oh no.
that's the like the fire dog Pokemon, right?
The water one.
You're so
Vapor.
close, Jesse. You're so close.
Is that the one with multiple elements?
You're
Yes,
thinking
it
of
evolves from it.
it's like yeah, it's like one of Eevee's thingamajigs. This one.
Okay, why
Alright,
is
have fun.
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male human and female breeding, Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for
oh
humans?
no.
Not only are they in the field A group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 feet 3 inches tall and 63.9 pounds.
Uh
This means that they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks. And with their impressive
uh
base stats for HP and
uh
access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. Due to their mostly
what?
water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet. So wet that you could easily have sex
Wait,
on
wait,
for
wait. It's, okay, all right.
Finish.
It's I
You
get the
started this,
point.
it's finishing.
Okay. No,
I
why?
told you not to do this.
People can look it up themselves. Someone like wrote this.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be funnier if someone was listening to this and got caught off guard by this?
Someone put in the math, the biology to like estimate this metrics or whatever. I'm just like, I'm sorry, 63.9 pounds. Why is that so specific? Down to the
That's
I
what
mean,
it's
decimal.
in.
to be
That's what's
fair,
in
it
the
says in the
Pokedex.
Pokedex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna put it on a text to speech, you have to make sure it's British. I don't know why. I just think it'd be funnier
Oh
that
yeah.
way.
I'm sorry. I don't want you to read it all. It just it
You're
would.
halfway there, and it only gets worse from there.
Shall I
You can
complete it?
you can stop if it makes you uncomfortable.
Here we go. Due to their mostly water-based biology, there's no doubt in my mind that an aroused Vaporeon would be incredibly wet. So wet that you could easily have sex with one for hours without getting sore. They can also learn the moves Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, Captivate, Charm, and Tail Whip, along with not having fur to hide nipples. So it'd be incredibly easy for one to get you in the mood. With their abilities Water Absorb and Hydration, they can easily recover from fatigue with enough water. No other Pokemon comes close to this level of compatibility. Also, fun fact, if you pull out enough, you can make your Vaporeon turn white. Vaporeon is literally built for human dick. Ungodly
What?
defense stat plus high HP pool plus acid armor means you can take cock all day. All shapes and sizes and still come for more.
Wow.
Yeah. By the
Okay.
way, mark this
Where's
video
my Oscar?
NSFW.
Where's my
Okay.
Oscar?
This is what they'll write on your gravestone.
Yeah.
This would be.
We're gonna blame
Hey,
Samuel for this.
hey, fun fact by the way.
You're not saying a fun fact after you just read that.
That was the
Did
fun
not go
fact. That was
well.
enough. That was enough fun facts for like the rest of the year.
Someone had to like put a lot of thought into this. That just worries me.
There's
Yeah,
some like deranged people on 4chan.
you mean a sexual deviant? Yes.
I looked up Vaporeon. Here, look at what I found. I'm
Oh
gonna.
no.
It's not that bad. It just. I can't tell if this is like a real Pokemon
Oh
thing or.
no, why would you post that? You know exactly
Why?
what's going on in that photo.
This
You know
looks like
exactly what's
maybe it's
happening.
from the cartoon. I can't tell.
I think
No.
that's from one of the games.
Okay,
Wasn't
I'm
it
too.
from like X and Y where you
Oh
could like
wow!
actually play with your Pokemon?
I scrolled down and I stopped. It got a bit
Sun and
graphic.
Moon?
Was it Sun and Moon?
I know you could in Sun and Moon. I think you still can in the new game, but it's different. You
Okay,
Okay.
mostly just like
Right.
play ball with them and stuff.
here's a better picture. Here's a nice and wholesome one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember somebody because they made what was it, Vaporeon Day or something in Japan? That was like, I
Oh,
don't know, a couple months ago. And they posted that on the Pokemon Twitter, and then of course
yeah.
people were commenting the pasta.
That's
Yeah.
cursed.
Very cursed.
Actually, with the mascot, when I went to the first World Championships or my first World Championships in 2009, I went with my family, and my sister was like just the right height where they offered her to be the Pikachu mascot for the day.
What?
She said no.
Oh. Why did she say no? That's
I
so
don't know.
fun.
That would have been awesome. Like you just get to wander around, be like, "Hey guys, I'm Pikachu. Let's dance," and like take pictures with people.
She could like steal people's wallets. They won't
No,
like
no, no. Pikachu's not part of Team Rocket, so you can't do that.
she could like push people down the stairs and be
You
like,
could though.
"Whoops,
Yes,
I'm just a Pikachu." And just yep.
I'm just over leveled, and you can't control me. Okay, that was a terrible joke.
Tackle. Okay. What did we? Where did we leave off here? All right, getting ripped off. Already did that part. Did okay. Well, turns out you know how to play Pokemon cards. Damn,
Like
that's
I
like.
said,
Like
if you
I'm like
want to
okay
learn,
at Pokemon cards. Like
That's all I got, man. We're out of
look,
it.
if you ever want to learn, my suggestion is if you have an iPad or a tablet,
Okay, I got another one.
before the card game leaves, play it, and it will. There's a really great tutorial that will teach it to you in a couple minutes. Otherwise, just wait for the game to come out on phones and PC.
or
Yeah.
if you're Vax, hit me up and I can teach you.
Thanks, man. All right, here's the last question, and then after we'll just have to ramble. What did you watch the anime? I
Yes and
think.
no.
All right. Why is that?
Yes.
I got grounded, so I wasn't allowed to watch it sometimes. And that's not a joke. I'm being serious.
Okay.
So
That's-
there was a lot of gaps in the anime that I didn't see because they kept getting grounded because I was a troublemaker at school. So
yeah.
I've actually watched more of the anime as an adult, revisiting it on Netflix than I did as a kid.
Apparently, the Sun and
Okay.
Moon anime and like the newest ones are like really good, even as for adults.
Oh,
I've
really?
watched a little bit of Sun and Moon, but I haven't had a lot of time to watch it. They changed the art style a little bit, and I wasn't too keen on it, but it's still not enough for me not to watch it. I just kind of was like, I can live with it and I'll get used to it, I guess. But I haven't watched enough to really judge whether it's great or not. But it's on
I watched any.
Netflix.
I'm
I
just
mean,
going off of like other people's testimonies.
well, it's on Netflix. I mean, it's pretty easy to access at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
my Netflix queue is way too long.
Yeah,
All
kind of
right.
same.
Fair enough, man. There's just not enough time in the world to watch all the things out there. We just
Quit
live in
your
the world
job,
of
drop out of
entertainment.
school. Now you have all the time you need.
Yeah, you could
You
be
might be homeless though.
homeless. Yeah, you could watch
Hey,
your
at least you could see
stuff.
Rogers Place from your home
Yeah, there you go.
or your makeshift home.
You could like watch off your cell phone or not your smartphone, sorry, under the White Ave bridge or something. I don't know. Is there a White Ave bridge? I don't know.
You mean
No,
high
But
level?
high level, yeah, sure, something like that.
I wouldn't
The reason,
recommend that as a place to watch things, though.
yeah,
Since it's like above all that water,
that's true.
you'd just be
If you're
hanging from the bridge.
if you're suicidal, go ahead. Actually, don't do that. You should get
actually,
help if
no,
you're
no, no.
suicidal.
I actually walked like across the high level a bunch, and there's like a lot of like inspirational messages for people who are suicidal. It's like, hey, like there's people who love you. You mean something. Like just a lot of like inspirational shit to like as a last like line of defense before people end it.
Yeah.
I'd be
Oh, that's
curious to
nice.
like actually. I'd be curious like about a study, like how often that actually works. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel it doesn't matter how often as long as it helps one person.
you know what? That's a good point. I guess. Yeah, can't argue with that.
What about that one dude who can't read? But I remember like in Pokemon, I was like emotionally invested in like shipping Misty with Ash for some reason. I was like,
We all
You're not
were.
the only one. Yeah,
yeah.
I
Is
think
it?
that was a common one.
Is that why they're traveling together? Are they getting together? I don't know. And
I
like
mean,
Brock was like, how old was he? He was like the adult hanging out with two
Brock was
minors.
16,
Oh, I thought
I think.
he looks like he's like
I
20
thought he
something.
was
Like,
only. I thought he was 13, and
oh,
Ash and
he's
Misty were
28.
10.
Ash and Misty were 10.
Yeah, and he was 13, and then Essie and James were like 16. I thought
That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay.
there was
Oh,
like that episode with the creepy doctor who kept like hitting on Misty and Jesse. I don't know if you remember that.
No, that's very sus though.
It was very sus. I remember watching that. I
Yeah.
remember like watching that like I don't know like maybe back in like June or July and kind of like gritting my teeth through that episode like bruh because like it doesn't like it kind of treats it like a humorous thing but I'm kind of like all things considered in the last like I know it's like from the 90s so
preachy.
maybe it's like a different the sense of humor about that kind of thing was like different than it is now but I'm like watching it and I'm like this is an episode that should have been banned in the US.
Maybe they have private health care and they don't have insurance because they're always out on the road, you know? Like Misty's gonna like
Well,
gonna
no, it's something like it has something to do with like they're at a hospital or something for Pokemon, I think.
yeah, I
And
think I
then
kind of
like nobody was like working there except that doctor, and he was like bugging them to work with him, but he was just like constantly hitting on them and like flirting. It was really gross. Like it's in the first season if you want to find it, but I don't remember what
I
the episode's
remember this
called.
episode. Like Pikachu was choking on a whole apple, right?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. He was choking.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little sketchy. I mean, it sounds like the kind of guy who shouldn't be near a school.
that's true. We should watch that episode together and be uncomfortable sometime.
Actually, that'd be fun if we could do that for a podcast
That
episode.
would
It's
be
only 20
interesting.
minutes.
Just
If we
like,
could run the audio through the podcast and then like
are we gonna cancel Pokemon because of that episode?
no,
Oh
Does that
no,
God,
no,
happen?
no.
Are we
No.
definitely
canceling
not.
the billion-dollar franchise?
Like I said, it's a different culture altogether at a different time. I don't think it would be fair to evaluate it in that sense. Like I think you can. It's like with like old Looney Tunes cartoons, you can be like,
Yeah,
that was kind of sketchy, but then like kind of move on because it was a long time ago and they've kind of
yeah,
acknowledged it. So
yeah. That's true, man.
I think you just have to look at things from like a historic lens, and I'm not saying like to justify if they were ever okay, but just to go, it was bad and it's bad now. Just walk, just
Yeah.
as long
Okay.
as you're not advocating for it now, I don't think it's like that big of a deal.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, humor was. we all kind of notice it's really like I remember as kids, everyone was like always calling each other gay and stuff. And it's like I remember one time in junior high, even one of the teachers called a kid gay or something. I don't know why. I think that they just got fed up.
I shouldn't be laughing, but holy shit, that's
Yeah,
bad.
the kid was like shocked, but
I would be too. What the
I thought that's
hell?
hilarious.
That's how you lose your job as a teacher.
How's that feel, huh?
You were like,
Little
now
punk.
you'd be done for.
Actually, I remember there was a teacher at O'Leary, I remember, and he had tenure, I guess, or I don't know if he's still there, but like he got a ton of reports. Like he was a religion teacher, but he would like teach very like homophobic stuff in class, and people would like this was like within the last like 10 years. This is the last 10 years. And he
Okay.
would get reported all the time, but the school would never do anything about it
He's
because I
old and
think he had
senile. He's
but it's because he had tenure, I think, and when you have tenure, it's like really hard to get axed.
what it
Not like insulting for like saying gay or something, but I had a teacher at AOB say like, Spencer, you have a face for radio.
Oh, that's nice.
No,
Oh,
not nice.
What do you
that's a
what
good one.
You're so ugly that like your face should not be seen. Pretty much.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry.
It's
I
not a
just
face for TV. It's a face for radio.
I have to
but
admit
the
though, that's
radio
a good
people
one.
look
Oh, it
attractive.
was a great one. It took a while for me to be like, wait, you're.
It's definitely bad to say to
Oh
a
yeah.
child. Still, wow.
I always see advertisements for radio people and they look pretty like nice. It,
That's only one or two people on the station though. They have multiple people. They have like multiple hosts.
I never figure out who is who. They're just a voice, like a faceless voice to me on while I'm driving the car.
Yeah.
I never
You
learn
guys,
about these people.
do you guys ever remember like the Hot 107 like LRT trains that was just filled with the advertisements?
Yeah, they look
There's
like
just the same like four people plastered everywhere.
I'm gonna say it because
I
this
don't
is
remember.
if we're gonna not safe for work this podcast anyways, I'm gonna say it. Every time one of those trains came in, it was like a bloody tampon entering the station. I thought it looked horrendous. It
It
was
looked
What
so
terrible
are you
bad.
talking about?
because it was just red. It
It
was
was
just
red. It was like
totally
dark
red.
red and black. Like,
It was a
When was
very bad
this?
aesthetic.
How did
Last
I
couple
miss?
years.
How did I
sorry,
miss
are
this?
you rich and drive to school or do you take the train?
I haven't taken the
I was
train years.
always taking the train for
Oh, okay.
like. Oh,
I took the
actually, I
train
had a car
years
back
ago.
then. Like, yeah, for the longest time, I always took the train though. But I guess I just had a car by then. They started doing that.
Yeah,
I feel like I was around the entire time.
I haven't taken the train in a couple years now, so it's been a while for sure. But I
Everybody
remember
abort the
that.
tampon.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, I just looked at it and I don't know, I just thought it was like kind of annoying too to like plaster something with like advertisements that basically like shove themselves in your face. Like it's
Yeah.
annoying. Like I would just want to like chill. I don't want to have to I know it's like a first world problem, but it's like so hard on the eyes to stare into that.
You and I just.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
no, I'm looking for something. Keep going.
Okay. What I don't understand is like, how come animals don't get periods, but the human females do?
I don't
Like,
know if that's true actually. I've never googled it. It could be.
because I was
You know
about
what? I'm going to look it up.
I was about to ask, do they have tampons in the Pokemon universe? Then I started thinking about, do Pokemons have tampons? Wait a second, do animals have periods? Yeah,
It
that's
turns
that's.
out it turns out menstruation is quite rare in the animal kingdom, even amongst mammals. It's funny that when I started typing do animals, it like already filled out have periods. That creeps me out. Obviously,
What the?
Google's listening.
Damn, dude, that's fast. That's pretty fast, Google.
It says some species of bats and
What is
elephant
this?
shrews. Isn't that
Oh,
Hawaii 50?
yeah, that's the Hawaii 50 where Subway's like, we're just gonna like go crazy with the product placements
I
and
don't
like
get
just
this.
like it's about like the Hot 107 train where it's just like ads being forced on you, and
Yeah.
it was an advertisement within the show for Subway.
I have
Well, I always
no
think about
context for this.
if you've ever watched Wayne's World, the product placement jokes.
I
I
don't
have
think
not watched
I.
Wayne's World.
Okay, so there's this gag in Wayne's World where they like make fun of product placements, but in doing so, there are ironically like doing product placements in that sketch, and it's like very like obvious and in your face. Uh,
Okay.
I probably could find it on YouTube. Here we go. Do do
Do you
do do
remember
do.
like on Twitter, all the companies started to like do memes of their own, and it just got like to the point where it was too much.
I kind of hate it, to be honest. It gives off like, you ever seen that meme of like Steve Buscemi and it's like, how do you do, fellow kids? That's
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's how I feel when companies do memes.
Man,
Like,
the
yeah.
only Twitter account that can do memes properly is Wendy's.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Wendy's is
Like
Wendy's.
pretty
they are
ballin'.
Yeah,
Wendy's is top tier shit posting, and every company's just trying to be Wendy's.
yeah. Whoever's running the Wendy's Twitter, like they know what they're doing.
Wendy's is pretty ballin'. I agree.
Yeah, like, and was Wendy like a real person? Was it like,
I think it
Apparently,
was like his
yes.
daughter,
Yeah,
Dave
Dave
something.
Thomas or Thompson, I think.
I don't know. I just know
Yeah,
it's Dave something.
yeah.
man, his daughter had like really red hair, like super red. Yeah, this Wayne's World. I think I remember this clip. I remember seeing this bit. It's pretty funny.
It is really good. Wayne's World's a classic. I feel like if they tried to do Wayne's World today, it wouldn't be as funny. Like I watched the new
Uh,
Bill and Ted movie from last year, and it was just kind of okay.
yeah. I
It
remember
just wasn't as
watching.
good.
Yeah, it's like just. I tried to watch a scary movie again, and it
Yeah,
was
it didn't age well, did it?
no. It's just too dumb for me. I can't laugh anymore. I
I
thought it
just
was
like
brilliant at one point.
I just like I saw like I think it was Scary Movie 5 in the last like couple months because it was just on Netflix and I was like, "Hey, I watched the first four." And yeah, that was probably one of the worst movies I've ever watched. It's just not
Yeah,
funny anymore. Like and maybe it was never funny, you know what I mean? Like I feel like if I go
yeah,
back and watch them all, I won't think they're as funny as I used to.
yeah. What was?
Comedy doesn't age well for the most part. And I don't
Uh,
mean in the sense of
no, it
like things
doesn't.
being offensive, because that's like an obvious thing. Like we just kind of change our values as time goes on. But I think that just like a lot of jokes have like a shelf life. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
especially
they
ones that
do.
make references to stuff. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever watched something that makes like political jokes and they're like topical
Oh,
ones that are like made in the time of whatever that event is.
like the
But then like
president of the time,
yeah, and then
or
you
yeah.
watch it like how many like even like Trump stuff is already old because he's not president anymore. It doesn't matter.
Oh
He's
yeah.
gone. He doesn't have social media. Nobody hears from him anymore.
Damn, he got.
No, actually had something similar with that today, where I was listening to "Forever" by Drake, which was released in like 2009, and then I need to find Kanye's verse real quick, and he makes a reference. It's like
Oh yeah,
he's
he
like,
set himself on
you think I
fire,
ran
right?
the world like Michelle's husband?" It's like it's 2021. Are people really thinking like, who the fuck is Michelle? Even though it's like Michelle Obama.
Yeah, that took a bit to process.
Yeah, yeah. Like in 2009, everyone's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Now it's like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, when was that's like oh no, that was 2006. That's when the Yo Mama jokes were like really
Oh god.
like yeah,
Oh
humor's just
man,
like it's I back then it was super funny and I could still laugh about it, but now it's like not as it's kind of lost the magic.
it's like ironically funny. Like if you're
Yeah.
being ironic about it, but if you're like as a serious insult, like especially like your mama's so fat jokes because people don't
Oh
really
no.
respond to like fat
Oh
shaming the way
no.
they used to
It's
Yeah.
for
like
obvious reasons. I think we've just moved past like fat
that's
jokes in
horrible.
general, but
Like
that was like so funny back then, remember? Like
yeah.
people
Oh, they were
absolutely
hilarious.
dunk. Like you'd get dunked on so hard if someone came up to you and was like, "Your mama's so fat when she sits around the house." You know what I mean? She sits around the house. Like that was like the most clever shit in the world.
I
But
remember
now it's like,
yeah.
Your mama's so fat she has her own zip code.
yeah, but now if you
I
like
don't know why
say
that
that
one
to
sticks with
someone,
me. Yeah.
people would be like, they would like not laugh. They would actually probably get really angry. Like, why would you say that?
Like
You know?
I could just imagine their face. They're like deeply offended because they know someone who tragically died from like health condition relating to obesity or something.
Well, yeah,
It's just
it's just not fun making fun of people's appearances. Like, I think we've just
yeah,
passed that as a society. It's also lazy too. Like,
yeah.
I prefer to be a little more clever with my jokes. You know what I mean?
It
If
really is
it's
like I can only laugh ironically about it now. Yeah, that's so true. It's just and it's so cheesy too. It's
it
just
is,
it's so
it's
why are
just
you bringing my mother
childish.
into this?
It's funny,
Why would you do such a thing?
like you said, those jokes are so cheesy, but everyone now just loves or a lot of people I know just love really shitty puns.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that ironic humor.
I like puns. I mean, puns are pretty clean, right? I mean, they're very innocent and they require like a level of like cleverness, like and like a decent understanding of the language you're making it in. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not fluent in a language, you likely won't be able to make or understand puns in that language because it requires just like knowledge of certain like meanings and sounds and whatnot, right? So
Yeah. Man. And like it's I think it's just cuz humor in a way has gotten more self-aware and sophisticated in some sense. Like ironic anti-memes or whatever, just like just the internet just like created this layered form of humor, you know?
I like it though. I mean, I'm actually like probably a big fan of like absurdist humor because I grew up with like cartoons like Arthur and SpongeBob, which, well, at least the early episodes relied a lot on like absurd and surreal humor.
Yeah.
Just
And
like
like
stuff that comes out of nowhere, and you're like that doesn't make sense. What?
yeah. Like SpongeBob's been immortalized with its meme lineage. It's just every episode has like a meme of it.
True, right? Like
Like the
such a
first
wide
5
amount of
seasons.
memes or like SpongeBob images. Like it's such a
Yeah.
specific show.
Yeah. And
I
like we
mean,
barely Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say there's like a whole subreddit dedicated to like SpongeBob memes. It's called like Bikini Bottom Twitter or something like
Oh,
that.
you. I want that. I follow that. I'm on
And
that
oh,
one.
same here. And it's like, sorry, I'm just looking. There's 4.1 million people or 4.1 million followers in
Yeah.
that subreddit. It's insane.
Anyways, this was a very, very interesting discussion we had today. Yeah, any final thoughts on what we covered today? Or like, I don't know, anything you want to say or advertise, shout outs?
I
The
like the
real
way that
Jesse and I
we
are like Pokemon masters.
Yeah.
I like the way that we come in with a topic and then suddenly we're talking about the history of like or the development of comedy over the years.
Yeah, like how self-aware and ironic we've become. Or just,
You should call this the Tangent Podcast because that's what we do. We
yo,
go off
man.
on tangents.
Why did I call this the long? We should just be, yeah, we should just be called the tangents, the long.
The
Anyways,
loneliest tangent.
yeah,
Actually, I
pretty
like that a
much.
lot actually. I think that sounds better.
Does that mean we have to do like every 6 months though, like one math episode? Because like
No.
tangent.
I won't show up for that one. I'm sorry.
Could you show a
Same.
proof for that, please? All right. Thanks for listening, guys. You all have a great day or night or whatever
We all live in
holiday.
the same city, so it's nighttime.
Currently night. Yeah.
I don't know where Aaron lives. He just
I
kind
live
of
on White
appeared.
Ave.
Oh,
Oh.
Maybe under the
And
bridge.
your address is?